Welcome to the MLB Closing Time Show on Pub Sports Radio for Tuesday, May 18th. Ian Cameron, Conor Mack, and our special guest on Tuesdays, Jose Bouquett, with you, ready to break down this card. Let's get right into it. We got San Francisco, Cincinnati. DeSclafani, a former Cincinnati Red, against his former team, and the once ace that isn't one at the moment, Luis Castillo for the Cincinnati Reds. We've got the Giants here, or the Reds slight home favorites here in this game currently, right around minus 115 to minus 120, total 7.5 across the board in this game. This is fade city for me with Luis Castillo right now. Something's not right. He's not connecting with his best pitch. He's talked about that. His pitching coach in Cincinnati's talked about that. And until he shows signs of getting that shit corrected, this is not a guy I'm backing, especially when he's slight chalk like this. On the other side, you've got Anthony DeSclafani here on the mound for the Giants. He just continues to be extremely good this season for the Giants. Very not surprising. It is surprising he's this good, but he's definitely been a bright light in the Giant rotation. 2.14 ERA, and definitely a guy that's probably going to be excited to play and maybe even beat Cincinnati. This is just for me a simple San Francisco spot at first 5 in full game for me. I like DeSclafani's form right now. Yeah, is he going to regress and back down to earth at least a little bit at some point? Yeah, of course. But right now, he's the better arm. Castillo is lost. He's trying to figure it out still. I like the Giants here, both in the first 5 and in the full game. What do you think here, C-Mac? Giants, Reds?
I'm with you. There's just no way. I think Castillo is going to start pitching better. I mean, he's got to go up here after how bad it's been all year. Everyone's been so high on him, and we talked about earlier in the year, and I wasn't. Maybe I got beat by him too bad. He would always get rocked. I think he pitches better. I don't know about here. And the way he's pitching, the Reds shouldn't be minus 120 almost. So it's until he pitches better. And the first 5, I kind of wanted to get to that. Maybe he pitches better today against kind of a weak-hitting Giants team. But I don't know if he does that. And the first 5 is only right now at 4 at minus 105. So I'm just kind of fading that off. I'd only go with the dog here in the Giants at plus 108 full game.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's Castillo's got to show me. See if he can turn it around. What do you think, Jose, Giants and Reds?
Ian, first of all, I'm going to ask you every time. You know what you have to do with this picture.
Yeah.
Thank you. Perdino La Linea Giants money. You know what that means? That's Italian for Giants money line. Take the Giants tonight. We rep our Italians here. I'm obviously fluent in Italian. Perdino La Linea Giants money. Take it and have fun with it. I don't know what's wrong with Luis Castillo. It's very concerning because I was a big fan of Castillo, and as I've said, I think I've said on this program before, the worse he pitches, the lower his price, the more likely he goes to the Yankees. And that is my worst nightmare. So let's avoid that, of course, but definitely take Giants tonight. It's kind of a tough game. Totals-wise, it's at 8, which I thought was kind of weird for both of these struggling pitchers. I would take first 5 over, which is something I know that we don't do on this program often. First 5 over 4, minus 120. But I just like the Giants full game a little better.
All right, we have Tampa Bay and Baltimore. Luis Patino for the Rays and Matt Harvey on the mound here for the Orioles. We've got Tampa Bay minus 145 road favorites here. Total 9 shaded to the over. By the way, Boston Nick mentioning it in the chat. We have a Discord chat now available for Pub Sports Radio. So the link is in the chat. Check that out. I got to check that out. I haven't even been in it yet, but you know what it is when you're crazy busy. But I definitely will check that out and make sure you visit that Discord for sure. The Pub Sports Radio Discord. Tampa Bay, Baltimore. Look, Patino's certainly the better of these two arms. That's why they're road chalk. And Tampa Bay's starting to hit. Just ask the New York Mets. They just abused Mets pitching in that series, scored a bunch of runs in that weekend series performance against the Mets. It's good to see because Tampa Bay had been scuffling at the plate with the sticks for a little bit. But now they're starting to put it together at the plate. Patino, definitely, you like what you see from him. He throws hard, can miss bats. It's exactly what you want. And Matt Harvey's not missing as many bats in the last 3 starts. He's got a 5.4 ERA in his last 3 starts, starting to trend a little bit in the opposite direction. Price is a little bit higher than I like, but I would lean here to a Tampa first 5 look in this game. That would be the way I would bet it. Connor, what do you think here? Rays, Orioles.
Yeah, I got to see what I can get here out of Matt Harvey. Patino's pitched really well. Like you said, he throws gas and he gets swings and misses. I like it that it's a 5. I lean the first 5 under 5 here. It's just, I mean, can the Rays really rip Harvey? Sure, but their bats, they swing and miss a ton as well. Like you said, they've hit a little bit better against that last series against the Mets. I don't love laying the big money here with the Rays. Maybe bring it down if you like the Rays. Take them a half run first 5, or if you want to go full game run line. I don't love that as much, but I'm leaning the first 5 under 5 here at minus 115 bit.
All right, lean to the first 5 under here for Conor. Jose, where do you stand here with Tampa, Baltimore?
I love that first 5 under look. I saw that 5 and I knew in my bones, I knew Conor Mack was taking that. So I love that. Weirdest stat I'll read today, maybe 14 plate appearances against these Rays. Matt Harvey has an 0.77 average against so far. Very good, impressively good.
I know that. That's why I'm leaning Tampa first 5.
Mhm.
That's why I'm just leaning this for right now. I did see that they haven't hit Harvey for these guys.
No,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's a weird thing. We all think Matt Harvey's kind of washed up, and he kind of just keeps doing it. You know, I honestly, the odds are better of him getting traded to a contender than him dropping out of the Baltimore rotation, which I'm sure people would be surprised about going into the season. So I love that first 5 under 5 look. One of the higher first 5s too, and I'm all over that with you, Conor.
All right, Jose on the first 5 under here as well. We go to Miami, Philly. I'm not going to spend too much time here because Miami hasn't named a starter yet. It'll be Zach Wheeler for Philly. Minus 135 was the line. San's a starter for the Marlins. We know Zach Wheeler from his standpoint, been pretty good of late, 2.85 ERA. We'll have to see where Miami goes. Not really much to say until we know who's pitching for the Marlins. Conor, Jose, anything about Wheeler anyway?
No, I like him at home a lot better.
Yes.
Obviously, he's pitched well.
Very true.
He's not got under 3, and he's even better at home. So this would be a spot I'd maybe lean on him and the Phillies a little bit. Marlins have kind of been sliding. I think they're going to get into these runs where they'll lose a bunch of games. They play real well for stretches, and then they'll get in these bad slides. Maybe this is kind of that bad slide. We got to see who's pitching for the Marlins, but just right now, lean Phillies in the Weaver here a little bit at home.
Yeah, no doubt. Jose, any word on this game?
It's not out yet, but Zach Wheeler Cape props are always a good look. So that'd probably be the only thing I'd play.
Yeah, same with this next one, Mets and Braves. We have no starter for the Mets yet. We do know it's going to be the lefty for the Atlanta Braves, Tucker Davidson, making the start here for them. Of course, the Braves have been dealing with a little bit of turmoil in their rotation. Davidson recalled from AAA with Oscar Yanoa now out for 2 months with a broken hand that he suffered on Sunday. So as a result here, Tucker Davidson is going to get the start here. They've got Bryce Wilson and Kyle Wright also looking to make starts lately. Again, it's a little bit of a depleted Atlanta rotation right now. We'll see if the Mets can hit, though. That's always the question mark. Sometimes they don't hit the pitchers you expect them to. So don't really have much on this game. You guys, any comments here, Mets Braves?
No, don't know who's pitching for the Mets. Davidson's pitched well for a couple starts in AAA. He doesn't even have a 1 ERA. We'll see what he can do today, but nothing really so far.
Yeah,
Did you see how Yanoa broke his hand though?
I did not. Because I didn't watch that game and I didn't see it, but I heard about it and read about it. Did you? You saw it?
I did not see it, but if you did not know in the chat, baseball injuries, of course, undefeated. He punched a chair in the clubhouse apparently and broke his hand that way. So he's a classic.
You got to come on, man. You're a counted on pitcher. You've had a nice season too for Atlanta for the most part. Oscar Yanoa. You've got to find other ways to vent your anger, vent your frustration. You can't put yourself in physical harm and physical risk doing that. You got to just find another way. Throw the glove down. Something that doesn't involve breaking something, breaking a body part.
Yeah, shout out to Carson Smith on the Red Sox. I think like 2-3 years ago now, through his glove, tore his shoulder, like his rotator cuff in his shoulder too. So baseball injuries, undefeated.
They sure are. They always will. They'll never lose a game. Injuries. Eduardo Rodriguez and Hyunjin Ryu, your battle of lefties here. Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Toronto minus 140 favorites here in Dunedin. The total 9 in this one. This could be a little first 5 under look potentially. I like Ryu definitely in this matchup. I think he can hold the Red Sox lineup in check. Boston actually hit pretty well against the Angels, but they're going to face a little bit better pitching here with the Blue Jays and with Ryu in particular, who was really good, coming off a dazzling, a gem of a start against the Atlanta Braves in his return from the injured list. So lots to like about Ryu. I don't think Eduardo Rodriguez is the worst matchup in the world for this Blue Jays team. I think he can settle in there. He's actually got good numbers historically against the Jays as well. He's pitched relatively well against them. So the first 5 under makes some sense. I know you got to always hold your breath with any under, first 5 full game or otherwise in this ballpark. But look, I think this is an opportunity where we could see the pitchers have a good start in this game, both of them. That's where I would lean. I think I'd lean Toronto too, but I just didn't love the price being where it was, minus 140. Conor, what do you think here? Red Sox, Jays.
I'm with you. The small ballpark, it's really got me. I took an over. It won't go over. It goes under. I take unders. It goes over. I see a 5. Ryu's on the mound. Rodriguez is probably the Red Sox best pitcher, one of their best. And then we'll see with the Blue Jays. They either kind of rip lefties or don't. Red Sox, too. They haven't had a ton of success against Ryu. Bogarts is 3 for 7 with a bomb, but both sides, not a ton of success against both guys. I still lean the first 5 under 5, minus 120, and maybe a Bogarts player prop here.
Yeah, Xander Bogarts. I mean, we've had some fun betting his props, including over the weekend. Jose, Red Sox, Jays.
Honestly, I don't know if this is just me being a homer. I was shocked to see the Red Sox at a plus. I think they're 120 last time I saw them. They're currently plus 124. I have them. I was shocked, really. I did not think the Red Sox would be the underdogs. Like they've been rolling. I understand they lose a shitty game to the Angels. They essentially 4-game sweep the Angels, but they got Ohtani in the last game, which was shitty. But
one of the best closers in baseball. Matt Barnes has been almost unhittable and lights out, and he gives up the 2-run bomb to Ohtani in the ninth, which is good because it cashed the over for me. Bad for you.
Yeah, it was shocking, honestly. So I'm not worried about Matt Barnes or anything. I love the under here too, and it's weird that I've had 2 first 5s that I love here. I love that under first 5. I understand the ballpark, it plays out, all that good stuff, but weatherman Jimmy informed me the wind's blowing in, wind's doing its thing. Eduardo has had a 5 ERA his last couple of starts, but I really think that he can bounce back. I don't know about you guys, but I think baseball is really the only sport that I genuinely enjoy betting unders in. I can't do it in football. Basketball, it's only funny in college basketball when you're betting on like 18-year-olds and they're just missing shots left and right. But baseball is just very satisfying. You know, I love a pitcher's duel, I guess, is what I'm exposing.
Yeah, I feel you. Me too.
Yeah, I'm into the first 5 under as well. But I'll tell you what, it doesn't mean I can't dabble in the player props. And there's one that I like on the Toronto side. I really like it. And because
Can I guess?
Significant damage against Eduardo Rodriguez, who don't know.
I'm going to guess Vladdy.
No, not Vladdy. Vladdy's only 2 for 8. So Vladdy's been okay against him. I'm talking about someone with actually a pretty decent sample size as well. And he's been great since they got him back from injury, the Jays. Teoscar Hernandez is who I'm referring to. 5 for 14 against Eduardo Rodriguez. 3 of those 5 hits home runs against him. So there's my jack. We don't even have to wait till the end of the show. I know Conor loves throwing out a jack of the day. This is my jack of the day. You've got 5 for 14 and 3 of those hits were home runs for Teoscar against Eduardo in this little ballpark. Yeah, that's a live jack of the day in my mind. Teoscar Hernandez for the Jays tonight. 3 home runs and 14 at bats against Eduardo. We'll see if he can leave the yard tonight. Next up, we've got the looks like we've got the White Sox and the Twins. You would think these two teams are battling for first place right now with where this line is. I mean, it's pretty much even money on both sides here. Minus 110, the total 8. This line's just stupid. Okay, I don't care what you think of Pineda. I don't care what you think about the Twins as a team or their bullpen. This is a dumb line. And it was a dumb line last night with Keuchel and the White Sox, who crushed lefties against J-Happ and there's the reeling, pathetic Twins right now. Give me Chicago here. First 5 in full game. I'm on both. Lance Lynn is the ultimate, as Conor calls him, bulldog. He just finds a way to keep teams from scoring. You know, it's not always pretty. It's not always a Rembrandt, but boy, he gets the job done. For this White Sox team. Pineda has been, there's nothing really to say about Pineda in terms of he's been anything but solid, pretty good. He's had the odd rough start. The Pittsburgh game a few starts ago, he was roughed up a little bit. I still think I would favor Lance Lynn. And other than maybe this pitching matchup being somewhat close, and I think it is, the White Sox have a much superior lineup right now. They have the much, much superior bullpen right now. They're the much better team right now. So for me, it's White Sox first 5 in full game. Absolute. Didn't even have to think twice to bet Chicago here at this price. What do you think here, Conor? White Sox Twins.
Yeah, I lean with you on the White Sox a little bit as well until the Twins really get going. And who knows? They just might be in the fucking cellar all year. They don't look very good. It was last night. I thought a 4 was crazy. I think a 4 is crazy here in the first 5 at plus money. In that Mets Braves, the first 5 under 4 plus 105. Pineda's been good. I think he'll be pretty good today. And you got to go, with my bulldog Lance Lynn. So first 5 under 4 plus 105. I lean White Sox, like you talked about. I don't know if I can take a half run first 5. I'm still thinking about it, but I lean that way here.
All right, first 5 under, lean though to the White Sox as well. Jose, White Sox Twins.
If you are a watcher of Jimmy the Bag Show, you would have seen that I guess I made my debut, or I'm on the show all the time in the background, but I made my debut and I gave my play of the day was Lance Lynn over 6.5 strikeouts today. Believe it's at even money, minus 110. You have to shop around. I love that today. And Ian, you sold me on the White Sox. I was on them previously that I was like, I'm pretty sure they'll win, blah, blah, blah. But I am all in on the White Sox now. Money line, first 5, Lance Lynn. That's my trio of the day. I think I did this Thursday, and it worked out for me with the Cardinals. I love the White Sox today. The only concern I would have, I think Birdie mentioned it earlier, the Twins got absolutely shit pumped last night. It was ugly. It was like 16-4. I forgot what the final score is. And you probably saw the highlight. Williams Astudillo, position player, lobs up a 46-mile-per-hour eephus to Yermin Mercedes, 3-0. Bam! He crushes it, 3-0. Twins managers were not happy, and that's because they're old whites. Old whites. The announcers were old whites, so they were not happy as well either. So I would just beware of that. But I mean, still, this price on a White Sox team with the person who I think has been their best pitcher this year. Giolito has not been that great, but no. I'm all in on the White Sox today. I mean, maybe they'll make me look like an asshole later today, but hopefully I don't disappoint you guys and my father, Jimmy.
That's right. Real quick, give it, Ian. We talked about it yesterday. Today's even better. Anderson, 9 for 15 with 3 jacks. Maybe him. Wow. I'll have him jack of the day, but total bases. I mean, he's just hit Pineda here. 9 for 15 with 3 homers.
Yeah, you got to look at that for sure. That is incredible damage done against Michael Pineda in the past. So keep an eye on that. But that's 9 for 15 and 3 home runs. That's worthy of a total bases and home runs as well. With Tim Anderson again tonight. Washington Nationals, Chicago Cubs. We've got the Nationals here. Road favorites at Wrigley, minus 115, 8.5 the total. You got Pat Corbin on the mound, the lefty for the Nationals, who's actually pitched a lot better. The last few starts had a really tough start to his season, but pretty consistent. 3 runs or less in 3 straight starts. He was away from the team the last few days His wife just gave birth to their child. So he's been away from the team. Sometimes that's a little bit of a distraction, though, and a little bit now you come back and you're not quite on your game, and maybe I don't know. I don't love this from a situational standpoint for Corbin, and even the matchup. We know what the Cubs can do against lefties. They can hit them. They're very capable of doing that. So I think it's actually a good matchup for the Cubs. And I don't know if we're going to get Corbin's A game. He's coming off the personal, just the emotion of that whole situation, but becoming a dad. You never know. I don't know if we're going to see a sharp Corbin tonight. On the flip side, I'm pretty sure we're not going to see a sharp Zach Davies. He's been a bet against guy for me most of the season. Even in a couple of good starts that he's had, the last time out against Cleveland, he had to tiptoe out of trouble, 1 run in that game. Same with the Pittsburgh game. Same with the Cincinnati game a few starts ago. 2 runs and 4 hits, 4 innings, and he was constantly bases loaded, runners in scoring position. Yeah, he's been better lately, but I don't know. I don't buy into Zach Davies just yet. The Nationals' offense is starting to come around the last 3 or 4 games, so I do like this game over 8.5 here. Nationals and Cubs tonight. Connor, what do you think? Nats Cubs.
Yeah, and the wind's just blowing in slightly, right? I saw earlier.
Yeah, it's not a big wind here.
Yeah.
Not a big wind whatsoever. We're looking at just right to left, 11 miles per hour.
Yeah, okay. I lean the over as well. The Cubs ripped lefties. We saw it last night. I kind of leaned the Nats because I thought that was a ton of value. I stayed off the game. I'm going to stay off here. Cubs might have a little value, plus money against a lefty. Corbin's pitched better. I just can't take either side. I don't want to lay minus 120 on the road with Corbin. Not right now. Real quick at the player props. Baez is 5 for 14 with a couple homers. Maybe look to him tonight as a player prop for the Cubs.
All right, Jose, what do you like here?
Kyle Schwarber, 4 home runs off Zach Davies. That's not bad right there. Definitely could be a bomb guy. I do like your over as well. But, I mean, Ian, you said it. Patrick Corbin apparently had a kid recently. I mean, we saw what that did to Max Scherzer. Give me the over in his strikeouts. He's going to have a good start today. I really do believe in that stuff. You get this dad strength, power come through you, and I really do think Patrick Corbin has his best start of the year today. I'm trying to pull up his strikeout prop right now, but I can't imagine it's over 5.5. I mean, it's probably around there. Let me see. Actually, I don't even have it available. If you guys can pull it up, if someone on the chat can pull it up, I would appreciate that. But I think Patrick Corbin has a good day. And Max, I am not a young white. I am a young Hispanic, actually.
There you
go.
There's difference.
There's your clarification there. But
not a correct.
Yeah. I do definitely sound like it. I have been told that, so don't you worry about that. But I'm on Patrick Corbin tonight. I think he has a good start. Birth of his kid. I believe in that kind of mumbo jumbo there.
Yeah, I would lean Washington too. I mean, maybe it's because I lost with them last night, but I would lean to coming back with the I almost called them the Capitals, the Nationals here in this game tonight against the Cubs. Because I think it could be a bounce back spot. We'll have to wait and see. I like this over though. I think it'll get there over the 8.5 tonight with the Nats and the Cubs. Oh yeah, you know what? The giving birth, your wife giving birth to a child thing. Didn't that lead to one of Donald Cerrone's last wins in the UFC? I think one of the last fights he won. He hasn't won many of them these days, but I think one of the last wins he had was, after his wife gave birth, he just became a father, and I think that was the last time he won. It was right after that, so he used that strength that fueled him.
Yeah, he's got rocked since.
Yeah. I mean, it's a real thing, guys. It is a real thing. MMA locker room. I wish this was a Bill Walton jersey. That'd be sick. But it's a real thing. Mike Trout hit a home run after he gave birth to his kid. Max Scherzer threw like 7 shutty, 9 Ks, and then went to go see the birth of his kid. It's a thing. It is a thing. We'll see if it proves out tonight.
We have Brew Baker and the mesmerizing John Gant on the mound in this next one. Pittsburgh and St. Louis. St. Louis minus 120, home favorites, total 7.5. This is one of those. There's a regression to the mean coming, and it's coming hard for Johnny Gant very, very soon. 1.83 ERA. Yet if you look at FIP, if you look at xFIP, you're looking at 3 or 4 with that. Almost two runs higher, essentially. This guy is playing with some serious baseball roulette right now. And I think it's going to end up turning in the other direction for him. But, we still see him just skirting by and keeping the runs off the board. And that's the thing. I want to pinpoint a fade spot for him, but I don't know. I want to time it right. I don't know if tonight's the night. You are facing a lighter hitting Pirates team. And on the flip side, you've got Brubaker pitching pretty well for the most part here for the Pirates this year. 2.858 ERA for him on the season. The Cardinals, there are some batters and minimal at-bats that have been pretty decent, I guess you could say, for them. But minimal at-bats against Gant. The Pirates, really only Adam Frazier has had significant success, 4 for 10 against him. Not really much in terms of significant sample size for anyone else with the Pittsburgh rotation, or Pittsburgh lineup, I should say. It's a pass for me. I mean, I've tried to prognosticate Gant's regression before, and it's been incorrectly. He is definitely one of the luckiest pitchers in baseball, Christian. You're 100% right, but I don't want to play this guessing game. I actually want to see him get hit first. Then we say the fade might be on from that point on, because I think if he has that one start where he gets rocked, it could lead to a bunch of them where he gets rocked. What do you think here, Conor? Pittsburgh, St. Louis.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay away as well. I lean the Cardinals, though. Pirates just can't hit. Cardinals can't hit. I also lean the first 5 under 4. I just don't love it. I wish it was a 4.5. It's not. It probably would have been with these pitchers, but they're both pitching well. So it's a 4, and you're only getting minus 115. So I just lean the first 5 under 4, and I lean the Cardinals. If you want to take the Cardinals, maybe a half-run first 5, get a little plus money with it. But just don't love it. Cardinals here a little, just lean Cardinals minus 120.
All right, Jose, what do you like here? Pirates, Cardinals.
I am a Pirates guy. You guys know me. I think I would lean Pirates here. I probably wouldn't play anything. You're not getting the juicy lines anymore on the Pirates, even when we all expected them to be the worst team in baseball.
Yeah.
Plus 106 is pretty shitty. I'm not gonna lie.
I want 150.
I want 150 to 120 at least, and even the first 5 money lines are at minus 110 each, is what I had. So I think I would stay off this game. But Brubaker is a bet on pitcher. 260 FIP against these Pirates compared to John Gant's almost 5 FIP. So it all is going to come back.
All right, next up, we've got the New York Yankees and Texas Rangers. We've got the Fultonevich on the mound for the Rangers, Jameson Taillon for the Yankees. Yankees minus 150, road favorites, total 8.5 in this one. Look, the Yankees are one of those teams that you just scratch your head with their lineup sometimes. I mean, they pulverized Baltimore over the weekend. You think they can do damage, for crying out loud, to Jordan frickin' Lyles last night of the Texas Rangers, and somehow they keep letting him off the hook, and he goes out there and just befuddles this Yankees team. And so that's why I'm hesitant. But I think they should hit Mike Fultonevich. I don't like Mike Fultonevich, not very much. I don't think he's had a very good season. I don't think he's very capable at this stage of his career. 4.6 ERA. You look at his numbers throughout the season, nothing at all to write home about for him coming into this start. He's labored. He doesn't give them much length either in most of his starts. So that continues to be a worry for him. Moving forward, he gave up 3 runs on 8 hits in 5 innings, 4 runs, 6 hits, 6 innings, 2 runs, 7 hits in 6 innings before that. I mean, he's just not giving you a whole lot of length. Yankees should hit him. The question is, will they? One guy has hit this guy in particular, and this is just unbelievable. DJ LeMahieu, 11 for 18, 611 batting average against Mike Fultonevich. 11 for 18. That is just significant damage. He's almost a must in terms of total bases. None of them have been home runs, so maybe you stay away from the home run prop and just go total bases there. Taillon, just when you think he is turning the corner, he has another setback. I mean, that last start against Tampa Bay was ugly. It was rough. 4 runs, 6 innings, only was 4.2 innings. Just not very good. His ERA goes back up again to 5.4. This should be a game with runs scored. You just hope the Yankees actually contribute, unlike last night. So over 8.5 for me, Yankees, Rangers. Conor, what do you like here?
Yeah, I think you're right. The team totals -115 over 4.5, -115 over 3.5 with the Rangers. I would just go full game. You get both pitching staff, both these pitchers. I don't think are very good, but yeah, can the Yankees hit? You talked about LeMahieu. Fultonevich isn't very good. He should get hit around. I mean, this is a game at the least. If he goes 5 innings, I think he should at least give up 3 runs. 3 or 4 runs. So I lean the full game over 8.5. Maybe the roof's closed. I don't know. We'll have to check that later, but I still
It
lean
is.
the
It
full
is
game
close.
over.
It is.
It
Oh,
is
yeah, it's
close.
closed. Yeah.
Okay. I still lean it over though. I don't know about team total. I would just take the full game with both these teams because both pitchers aren't very good, and I think they both can get hit here.
All right, Jose, what do you think here? Yankees and Rangers. We've been here before. Pitchers they should hit, and sometimes they don't hit them.
Yeah, no, I think I would lean the over with you guys, and I would lean the Rangers as well. I do not have the testicular fortitude to play this or give this out, so I will lean Rangers. Tyon not good on the road. 0-3 on the road, I believe. He has not faced many of these Rangers before, only 7 plate appearances. Fultonevich also shit. So that's really what's holding me back. Maybe if it was like Jordan Lyles, who is shitty, but like reasonable, Fultonevich just I can't get there with Fulty. I just can't. And I would just lean the over, I guess, and a slight lean. Maybe you want to sprinkle a little bit on the Rangers money line.
Yeah, it'd be nice for the Yankees and for Aaron Boone to clone 9 DJ LeMahieu's and put 9 DJ LeMahieu's in the lineup tonight, but you can't do that, unfortunately. So you got to hope someone else decides, hey, we're going to hit Mike Fultonevich tonight here in this game. Next up, Milwaukee, Kansas City, interleague action here. Brandon Woodruff and Chris Bubich, the lefty for the Royals here in this one. We've got Milwaukee -165, road favorites here, 7.5 the total. In this game. Of course, we know the Kansas City Royals have been going through their woes and been going through their struggles for the last couple of weeks. Bubich is one of the guys they got high hopes for in this organization in terms of pitching potential and being a solid pitching prospect. We'll see how he fares here. He's been a guy that's joining the rotation now with Daniel Lynch finally sent down to AAA. I'm almost disappointed by that. He was just becoming the ultimate bet against for me, Daniel Lynch. But nevertheless, the move had to be made. He wasn't ready for this Royals rotation yet. Bubich, very capable. He's been a long relief guy out of that pen this season, and he's got a 1.42 ERA entering this start. He does have good stuff. So he might be able to fare well here. On the flip side, we've got Milwaukee. And look, Bubich is capable. Milwaukee does hit a little better against lefties. I have been on Brandon Woodruff first 5 innings all season, and there's no way I'm stopping now. He just continues to be great. So give me Milwaukee first 5. -0.5 a run is around -125 in this game. I like that. I've been on it all season, the Woodruff first 5 innings. And the first 5 under, I think I'll bet that as well. Under 4, -120. I could see this one being low scoring to begin. And I think I could see 2-1 Milwaukee after the first 5 innings. That would be ideal. Cash both bets. Milwaukee first 5 and under 4 first 5 for me as well. Conor, what do you think here? Brewers and Royals.
I'm right with you. First 5 under 4 here. I lean the Brewers. Maybe half run the first 5 as well. It's not like, though they haven't showed they're going to score a ton of runs all year. So why expect anything now? Maybe his Ks too, over 6.5, -121. I'd almost wanted a 7 or 7.5 at plus money. I think you could get more, than over 6.5. If you could find that with Woodruff. He's been that good, 61 Ks this year. He's been pretty dominant. So I'll just keep riding him here.
All right, there we go. Good stuff. Jose, what do you think? Milwaukee, KC.
Yeah, strikeout prop here for Woodruff, 6.5. Earlier, I think I saw it at -135. I think
I see 121.
Well, even better. Yeah, Brandon
Yeah.
Woodruff strikeout props. That's why I don't like giving out the odds, just because it could be different everywhere. So 6.5. Yeah, I'll take that. No problem. I guess this is my first real season capping the MLB every day daily. It is shocking how low these strikeout props are every time. Shocking. Like I would, for a Brandon Woodruff, I would expect it to be like 8.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
it's just not. And same thing with Lance Lynn. 8. I would expect like an 8 there too. And it's just like crazy.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean that's why you got to shop around and look. They got to put numbers up and they got to rush to do it. They got a million things to do, odds makers, and they're not always going to get them accurate and right. And you're going to be getting some real good bargain opportunities if you player props. That's where you could really cash in if you do your work, because often the odds makers don't do enough work on them. Cleveland Indians, LA Angels. We've got the Angels minus 130 home favorites here in this game. Total 7.5. I understand they don't always hit lefties, Cleveland. I get it. In fact, they're pretty paltry against lefties. But boy, I'm tempted to take Cleveland here at a plus price. You can't tell me Plezak's not the better pitcher than Andrew Heaney. I mean, he simply is, flat out. I think I got to take that price and just hope Cleveland scratches out enough runs, scratches across enough runs in this game against Andrew Heaney, because he's a lefty, but he's a very hittable lefty. I think Cleveland could be able to get to him. I like Plesac a lot. He is on fire right now. He's been terrific in his last 3 starts. And I think Cleveland, I'll trust him more in this game. No question about that than Heaney. Cleveland, the better bullpen. We know how pathetic the Angels' pen is as well. To me, this is Cleveland first 5 in full game, even with their struggles against lefties. This is just a much better, superior pitcher at a plus price. I can't avoid that in my mind. Can't avoid betting that. Conor, what do you think? Cleveland, LA Angels.
This was one of the easiest passes for me on the card. This game, I wanted nothing to do with. I don't like Heaney. You guys know that. I don't want to lay a number with him. Minus 120. Angels won, had a big inning. Ohtani had a pretty good game yesterday. I'd stay away. I can't trust the Indians hitting a lefty. So maybe lean that way with them here at plus 107, but I'm off.
Yeah, I get it. That's definitely the hesitation. If you're thinking Cleveland, that's your hesitation. Can they even hit Heaney, who I think he can be hittable, but sometimes this team just does not hit the southpaws. Jose, what do you think? Cleveland, LA Angels.
I'm a Heaney fan, sort of. He went to Oklahoma State, so I have to be kind of a fan.
Okay.
I was really right there with you, Conor. I saw this game and I was like, no, thank you. I'm all set here. But Ian Cameron, my good buddy Bilbano over here, he reminded me that Plesac's on the mound, and Plesac is the star of me apparently calling a no-hitter almost the other day. Seven no-hit innings from my boy Zach Plesac in Seattle with $100 on the line. So I appreciate Plesac. I don't think the Indians should be underdogs. I think that's pretty shocking. But my play here is if the Angels are up by, let's call it 3 runs, live bet the Indians. Always live bet against the Angels because their bullpen and pitching in general is just horrific. It's so bad. And I watched it all 4 games against the Red Sox, and every time they would go up like 2-3-0, I would think it's the Angels bullpen. They're going to capitulate and they're going to blow it. You can get great numbers if you bet against the Angels, and sometimes it won't work. Sometimes it'll be, they score 3 runs, you bet them at plus like 300 or whatever, and then they just keep piling on. That shit happens. But I really, truly think if you just live bet against the Angels, it's going to work. It's going to work out. And plus, the Angels are such a name brand. Birdie, you mentioned the Tigers. They're such a name brand with Ohtani, Trout, Rendon, all of those guys. I think you'll get even better odds because I think the word's out. The Tigers stink. But with those names on the Angels, you'll get better numbers, I think. And there's just really no one in the bullpen or anyone that I feel like, wow, he's in the game. Well, now they're not going to get any runs.
Yeah, definitely. That's live bet. That's one of the best things about live betting baseball is the bad bullpens you can take advantage of later in the games, and it's like clockwork. All of these terrible bullpens: Cincinnati, Angels, Detroit. Go on down the list. There's just so many of them that you can just bet the other team, and that's all they need to do: put up some runs, and you're good. And often that happens. A great matchup here as these 2 teams leave the rest of the AL West in the dust. Houston and Oakland. battling for supremacy here in this one. We've got the Astros minus 110 to minus 115, slight road favorites, total 8. I think they deserve to be slight road favorites. Javier's pitched pretty well for the most part this season, 3.08 ERA. They've been winning with him on the mound. His numbers against Oakland historically are pretty solid. On the flip side, Manaea, a little more up and down, just got absolutely tattered by Boston in his last start. Manaea on the mound there, 4.4 ERA this season. Good matchup with the Houston Astros bombing lefty pitching, which they often do. A couple of guys have really good numbers against Manaea in this Houston lineup. Bregman especially. There's another Jack of the Day candidate. Alex Bregman, 3 home runs in 29 at-bats against Manaea, 8 for 29 overall. You got Yuli Gurriel, 10 for 33 with a home run and 303 average against Sean Manaea as well. This is a Houston for me. First 5 full game. Might even go with the team total here, which is 3.5 minus 140. I was shocked to see 3.5. I thought it might have been 4.5, but give me 3.5. I like it even more. So team total and maybe a little split of the first 5 in full game with the Astros. What do you think here, Connor?
Yeah, I'd almost like a 4.5. I agree here with you. Astros hit lefties. They hit Manaea. They've seen him a ton. I mean, all these guys have almost 40 at-bats against him. Javier's been a little not as good in May here, but I got to take him. I like the Astros. I don't know if I want to take a half run first 5. I like the full game here at minus 107. I kind of lean the first 5 under 4 at even money, but I don't know if Manaea might just get hit too hard here. And you went through all the guys that rip player props in this game. Yeah, I'm looking at Bregman for Jack of the Day for sure. 3 homers off Manaea.
Connor, Jose, you are not looking at Alex Bregman for a home run prop of the day because he is my home run prop of the day. I'll take
All right, take him. I'll take somebody else. Yeah.
Yes, you will. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll take Alex Bregman today. Sean Manaea, 3 home runs against him. Bregman has. He's hitting that's his X batting average. He's hitting 258 against him, 31 at-bats, 8 hits. 3 of those hits being home runs. I'll take Bregman tonight for that. I think you guys have really said everything you need to say about this game. But let me give you a little future bet, guys. We're going to go a week in advance. Because I am going to Red Sox Astros June 2nd and 3rd. And I'm going to tell you now, you have to hammer the Astros. Because every time I go to a Red Sox game, they always fucking lose. So far, lifetime in Houston, I'm 1-2. So go ahead, hammer the Astros this game, and enjoy my tears on social media.
Yeah, I think that might be a thing to do, maybe. Given that track record you mentioned, Detroit, Seattle, Spencer Turnbull on the mound in this one for the Tigers. Justin Dunn for Seattle. We have the Mariners here, slightly favored, minus 120, total 8, 7.5. I'm a Spencer Turnbull guy. I like this pitcher for the Tigers. Again, he's crafty. He usually keeps the ball down a little bit. 3.91 ERA. He's coming off his best start of the season. I think 1 run, 6.1 innings of work against the Royals in his last outing. See if he can carry that over here to this game against the Mariners. Justin Dunn, on the other hand, I think regression's on the way for him. He got off to a better start than I expected. 3.72 ERA, which is still pretty solid, but against the Dodgers, 3.1 innings, 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 walks, struggled with control, struggled with command, and things really fell apart for him in that start once he got into the 4th inning. Look, he's been terrible in terms of his control and command. Just walk rate is way too high. Eventually, you're going to not be able to get away with that. And I think when you look at the Mariners, they're going to regress a little bit. They're already back down to 500 right now. Detroit beats them yesterday. I don't know if I want to back Detroit in the full game, but I'll bet them for something here in the first 5 innings. I think Turnbull is a little more trustworthy right now than Dunn. I like Detroit plus price in the first 5. Connor, what do you think?
Yeah, this is another one I'm just going to stay away. I was on the Mariners last night, and that was no good. No bueno. Last night was no good at all. I got hammered. I kicked ass early and got my ass whooped late. I don't want anything in this game either. I'd lean the first 5 under 4. I want a 4.5. It's down to 4 now. So it's just to stay away from me.
All right, Jose, what do you like here with the Mariners Tigers?
Connor, what do I tell you and all the viewers of this program to not do at the end of the night. You do not bet the last game on the card.
No, but I like the game on the card. So when
it's not
because
bet it because it's last game on the card.
It's not just because I was betting for the shits and giggles.
Going into last night, and he was bad. Yeah, what can you do?
It wasn't just for fun.
Hey, it is a theory that I have. It's just always screwy. Somehow, some way, it's always screwy. And I think I'm gonna do my research on this. I think that Justin Dunn and John Gant hooked up in the offseason, and they just chatted about how can we walk as many guys as possible without giving up runs
and get away with it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I love Spencer Turnbull at a plus 104 price, but it's just so tough to bet this game. Like, these are two of the worst teams in baseball. Seattle, there's nothing that really does it for me for Seattle. Like, I'm watching Seattle like once a week to see what Jared Kelenic does, but I have to pass this game, honestly.
All right, Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the LA Dodgers. We've got the Dodgers here around minus, or actually we don't have a pitcher name for the Cardinals, so we got to wait on this one. In theory, Urias, lefty. Sometimes Arizona hits lefties, but I'm talking about an Arizona lineup that's fully healthy. That's not the Arizona lineup right now. They are ravaged by injuries, key bats out of the lineup. And you're seeing it the last couple games. They got shut out by Washington on Sunday, shut down last night against the Dodgers. They're just not hitting a lick right now with all these guys out of the lineup. So, yeah, in theory, they do hit lefties better, but I don't know if I could trust this lineup in their shorthanded, depleted ways right now. Conor, what's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, we don't know who's in for the D-backs. It would be a stay away or the Dodgers. Urias has been the one bright spot for the Dodgers here so far this year. 5-1, 3.26 ERA, 52 Ks. I'd only look Dodgers in this one. It'll be a huge number, so I won't be on it unless you want to take Dodgers run line. They're finally winning again, but that'd be my only look here.
All right, Jose, anything on Arizona Dodgers?
Yeah, no, I'm all right. I'm all set here. This is a stinky game. Apparently, Merle Kelly for the Diamondbacks, that's a good pitcher. So you can mess around, maybe take Diamondbacks, but I'm all right. Conor said the Dodgers are starting to roll a little bit. So
yeah, they definitely are. Speaking of teams that are rolling, how about the San Diego Padres right now? They're rolling at the moment, and they haven't even had their full lineup. They're only going to get most of their guys back this week. Blake Snell and Austin Gomber here, your pitching matchups. San Diego minus 220, home favorites, total 7. I don't usually lay a run line very often, but I am on the Padres run line here. A rare run line bet, minus 1.5 here in this one. Just not a Gomber fan, and we're seeing him come back down to earth a little bit in this one. Padres just playing too well. David Sharp in our chat liked his strikeout prop of Blake Snell. He posted it earlier in the show. I couldn't argue with that. Rockies just aren't hitting consistently. I think it should be a good matchup for Snell. On the flip side, I'm not, like I said, not a fan of Austin Gomber. And you look at some of the numbers, ugly against Machado, 3 for 6, 500 average against him in particular. He's really hit Gomber hard in the past. Just not a fan of what I'm seeing from him. And the Padres have got everything clicking right now. The lineup is hitting. Pitching's been good, and the bullpen's been excellent. How about that Padres bullpen? It's been shutting the door, and there's a huge edge for the bullpen of the Padres over the Rockies. So that's the thing. If this game is somewhat close in the first half of the game, the Padres have the lineup, and the Rockies have the bad bullpen to pull away and win by margin. So I'm on the Padres minus 1.5 here. What do you like here, Conor? Padres, Rockies?
I'm with you. I got to lean Padres. Yeah, they're finally hitting. If I know they can hit, screw the run line. I don't have plus money here. It's minus 105. If they're going to keep hitting, they can get 5 runs. In the beginning of the year, they couldn't do it for me. Team total. I go over 4.5 team total. You get plus money here, plus 110. I look to the Padres team total over 4.5 here at plus money.
All right, there we go. Good stuff. Jose, what do you like here? Colorado, San Diego.
I like that as well. Conor, team total over. I think you guys really said all I needed to say on this. Blake Snell, K prop, as I think David Sharp said earlier. I like that. I like the team total over 4.5 there. But I'd love to hear from you, Ian. I'd love to hear your dislike of run lines. Why don't you take run lines? And I would love to hear, I guess, just why don't you take run lines?
Because there's so many bad bullpens that can blow it late, and you got to win by 2 or more with some. I try to pinpoint teams that I think can win the starting pitching matchup and have a significant bullpen edge. And I think we have that in this game. And there's not many teams anymore, Jose, that I can say we have a significant bullpen edge because there's so many fucking mediocre bullpens these days in Major League Baseball. So we got a huge edge. It's one of the better pens in baseball right now. San Diego, one of the worst in Colorado. So that's the games where I will bet a run line. And another thing that I don't bet run lines is even less run line bets for me when I'm facing home teams because you get they may not hit in the ninth. May not get 9 innings with the home team hitting. So you only may get 8. So that is another reason why I don't bet many run lines. I bet even fewer home teams on the run line laying at 1.5. But tonight I'm going to make a rare exception here. Because I just think there's significant edges for the Padres start to finish. But good question, Jose. Very good. All right.
I wrote
Great
it down.
stuff.
It's on my notes now. Thank you.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, no problem. All right. Great stuff, Jose and Connor. We will get to best bets to wrap up the show in just a second. Before we do that, as we do at this time of the show each and every day, we pause for a message from our great sponsors, Manscaped. All right, there it is. Manscaped, promo code PubSports. Check them out. And also, in terms of sportsbook action, check out mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. Great time of year. NHL, NBA playoffs here, both sports, MLB on a daily basis. UFC has a card pretty much every week. We got the PGA Championship, major in golf, the second of the year. So make sure you keep an eye on that as well. Lots to get involved with. Mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. Use Bitcoin as well. Accepted currency for your deposit at mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. All right, it is time for best bets for this Tuesday MLB card. Let's get to it. We'll start with Jose, special guest, as he always is on Tuesdays. What do you like for best bet?
I always get surprised when you pick me first, Ian, so I love it. It keeps me on my toes. I gave out Lance Lynn strikeouts earlier today on Jimmy's show, so I won't do that. I will give out one of the first 5s that I loved, and it will be my Boston Red Sox versus your Toronto Blue Jays, Ian. I feel this little rivalry we've got going on, even though you said the Rays. But I can feel it. Maybe there's a little bit of tension, Ian, because our teams are going at it, but I'm ready to fight it out with you. I'm taking the first 5 under 5 in the Boston versus Toronto.
There you go. Under 5, first 5 innings, Red Sox, Blue Jays, best bet for Jose Bouquett. Conor Mac, what do you like for your best bet?
I'm going to go, we talked about the White Sox. This was kind of mine. I like a bunch of first 5 unders today. But give me Lance Lynn and Pineda. First 5 under 4. I love that we got a 4 and we got plus money on it. 105. So White Sox, Twins, first 5 under 4, plus 105.
All right, Lynn and Pineda.
Oh, my jack of the day.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Oh.
You have Hernandez and Bregman. I'll go same game with my 2 guys, Schwarber and Baez. Javi Baez 5 for 14 with 2 jacks. Schwarber only 6 for 30 before homers in the game. Those 2 guys, Schwarber, Baez. Big show, jack of the day.
There you go. Washington Cubs game 2 there. We also like Tim Anderson. We mentioned that in the White Sox against the Twins. I mentioned mine, Teoscar Hernandez against Eduardo Rodriguez in the Blue Jays and Red Sox game. That was worth a look as well. I think your total bases of the day might be LeMahieu. That's insane. 11 for 18 against Mike Fultonevich. Unbelievable track record. My best bet, I'm going back to totals. Screw the sides. The sides didn't do well the last couple I had for best bets. Back to Tommy totals for this guy. on this Tuesday card. Washington Cubs over 8.5 for me. I don't trust Corbin here. Lefty, Cubs hit lefties better than righties. I think they'll hit some against Corbin. And look, their lineup hit well last night against Lester. On the flip side, I'm not a Zach Davies fan. Washington should be able to get to him. Give me 8.5 here over the total. Nationals, Cubs. That is my best bet. And that'll wrap up this edition of the Pub Sports Radio MLB Closing Time Show. Conor and I are back with you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, for another edition of the MLB Closing Time Show. For Conor Mack and our special guest, Jose Bouquett, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Tuesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on the MLB Closing Time Show on Pub Sports Radio.